I have a new video for you guys because today we're talking about Justin Timberlake and his questionable past. There's a reason why people demanded that he apologize to Britney Spears, Janet Jackson, and he probably should apologize to several other women as well, including his wife. And today we're going to walk through what he has done and why everyone is so upset. So let's get into it. Before we get into this video, I want to give a quick disclaimer because I know the intro might come off really harsh, but I really don't hate Justin Timberlake, and I'm not trying to make a hate video on him. I'm not even really exposing him. I'm just going to go through some things he has done throughout the years to Britney Spears, which are really problematic. But I want to remind you guys who the real villain is here, because framing Britney Spears really made Justin Timberlake look bad, and I don't really know why, because he has nothing to do with her conservatorship. Yet the mastermind of her conservatorship, Lou M. Taylor, wasn't mentioned one time. This woman has been known for putting Britney Spears in the conservatorship, trying to put Lindsay Lohan, trying to put Courtney Love, or whatever happened with that. But why did they not mention her in framing Britney Spears? I have a feeling that this documentary was definitely approved by Britney's team. That's my own thought, that's my own theories, and I feel like they purposely tried to put all this negative attention on Justin Timberlake because they've been trying to, distract it from anyone else in the conservatorship. Even Britney's father, he's been taking a lot of the heat recently for what has happened to her conservatorship, which he should, but there are so many other people, Andrew Wallet, Lou M. Taylor, I could keep going, of people who should be called out, as well as her father, and I feel like they're trying to protect the whole gang by just putting Jamie out there and making him take all the blame, as well as Justin Timberlake. So I just hope you guys know that I'm going through this video and talking about Justin Timberlake because, not because I have to, because I kind of want to, because I want to show you guys what he did do that was wrong, because I do believe that he should have apologized to Britney Spears a long time ago, but I also feel like this is another way that the media is trying to distract us and keep us from thinking deeper about this situation. I mean, think about it, guys. Documentary came out, then the following Monday, Sam says, Britney's dad is a D word, and then TMZ just happens to be at the gym where he's at, which you guys know, TMZ and James Spears, Britney's father, work very closely together. Then Britney goes to court, and it's over her estate and whether Bessemer, her new estate financial advisor, is going to have the same powers as her father, and the court determines that her father and Bessemer have the same amount of powers, which is great, but then the headlines read, oh, Britney's father lost. Britney's father lost. He lost nothing. The headlines literally tried to close the book. It was like, oh, documentary came out, call out Britney Spears. Oh, boyfriend agrees. Okay, court, dad loses. End of chapter, Free Britney's over. And I feel like they're trying to end the movement before it's even really begun, because we still have so much to dig into and so many financial questions have not been answered. So just don't be a goat or a sheep or whatever animal they call those people who just follow along. Think critically, because I do feel like sometimes this hate train towards Justin Timberlake is just exactly what Britney's team, the conservatorship team, wants to happen. But let's talk about Justin Timberlake, because he had a very similar upbringing to Britney Spears. They actually met on the set of the Mickey Mouse Club, which was a show on TV, and they worked really hard on that TV show. They were singing, they were dancing, and they were child stars, full-blown child stars in the 90s, right? Is that 90s or 80s? I'm so bad with years. But I feel like ever since that show, they were kind of paired together as a little couple. I mean, even when they were little kids, there are video clips where Justin even gave Britney her first kiss. Oh God. So it goes way back.
I'm afraid that camera's gonna shut up. We were all at my house one night playing, I don't remember what we were playing. I think it was Truth or Dare or one of those, spin the bottle games, and somebody dared them to kiss, and they did. I think I did give her her first kiss.
Just so you guys know, a lot of the research featured in this video today was done by Britney Hiatus. They are a Twitter account. Definitely go follow them. I love him. He's great to work with, and he does excellent research on the Britney movement. So if you want updates, go to him, because I trust him. Anyways, back to Britney and Justin because they had an iconic relationship, and you guys know the denim outfit, the relationships, everyone was like loving them. Like they wanted to be them, they wanted to look like them. Like at this point in their careers, they were thriving together, and Britney Spears was the it girl, so Justin was naturally benefiting off of being with her. But in 2002, they broke up, and the media took Justin's side. This was so detrimental to Britney, and I feel like it was the beginning of her fall, with the paparazzi and with like social media and things like that. Obviously, social media was way different back then, but like this was the moment that really broke the monster out of its cage, and they started destroying her in the magazines. I remember growing up reading things that I shouldn't have been reading as a child on those magazines because Us Weekly was just so tragic towards Britney Spears. At this point in Justin's career, he was trying to become a solo artist. He left his boy band years behind, and he released an album. His debut single, Like I Love You, which came out in October, only reached up to 11 on the top 100, which is obviously great, but not for someone who's trying to dominate the music industry like Justin Timberlake was. And then after his flop, he released the iconic video, Cry Me a River, which featured a Britney Spears lookalike and was obviously about her. In this video, he featured a Britney Spears lookalike, which was pretty much there to incriminate her in the demise of their relationship, accuse her of cheating, and make him look like he's just sitting here like he didn't do anything wrong. And I'll talk about his cheating too, because he's not that innocent. And then Justin went on to Barbara Walters, where he put all the blame on Britney Spears, trying to act like the cool guy, like he doesn't judge anyone, but obviously blaming her for everything.
I remember when we decided that we were going to go our separate ways. Yeah. And I promised to her that I wouldn't say specifically why we broke up.
You can just clear up this. The impression is that Britney did something very bad that hurt you. She had a relationship with somebody else. Was there an incident?
Honestly, I mean, we're not perfect. I don't judge anybody.
In my opinion, he was really manipulative in the interview, and he definitely was trying to make himself seem like he just was a victim in this way, which he obviously isn't. At the end of the interview, Barbara Walters asked Justin to sing her a song that no one has heard before, and he sang a song called Horrible Woman, which was obviously pointed at Britney Spears. He was trying to make her look bad in any way that he could, and he used his music career to definitely push that even further.
I guess I was dead wrong, but to look at it positively, hey girl, at least you gave me another song about a horrible woman.
I remember being young and listening to Cry Me a River, and that song was everywhere. I mean, just like a Britney Spears song, it was like everywhere, and I feel like he benefited so much off that relationship. But is it like authentic? Is it honest? Did he actually get cheated on? Because it doesn't seem like that's entirely true. But at this point, Britney was getting blamed for everything. She went on Diane Sawyer's show, and she was like, what did you do to Justin? Like, what did you do? Already blaming Britney before she's even had the opportunity to explain herself.
You broke his heart. You did something that caused him so much pain.
I was upset. I was upset for a while. I think we're both really young.
He's left the impression that you weren't faithful, that you betrayed the relationship.
I think everyone has a side to their story.
The entire narrative of this interview was against Britney Spears and pro Justin Timberlake.
Timberlake has made a kind of sport out of public retaliation.
Hot 97. The Star Buckwild Morning Show. Justin Timberlake is in the house. And I just want to ask you one question. Did you Britney Spears?
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
Okay, I did it. No,
Yeah!
And while Justin Timberlake is over here bragging about taking Britney Spears' version, she's over here having a breakdown, and the media is loving it. They're eating it up and making so much money off of her mental health issues, while Justin is laughing it up at a radio studio talking about what he did with Britney. And of course, Justin did some public shaming of Britney Spears. I mean, there's this one photo of him shaving his head like to look like Britney Spears, and I was so just annoyed seeing that. I will never include that photo of Britney Spears or any of those photos that are just so hard to look at on my channel because I don't believe in that. And him just like making a joke of it by like showing his head shave, just, it really irks me. He also played along in the joke with Christina Aguilera where, you know, she has beef with Britney Spears for whatever reason. Maybe I can make a video about that, like the Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears feud. Would you guys be interested in that? But anyways, they made a joke about Britney Spears using a blow, doll. I don't even know if I can say the word on YouTube because it's so strict, but it was really gross, and they were using black scents and stuff in the video. It just really, like, ugh, bad taste and a bad look, especially nowadays.
And just so you know, I just wanted to return them to you. I got here.
I'm so glad. I've been looking for that everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And the writers thought it looked kind of familiar to somebody.
Now in 2006, Justin Timberlake was named Man of the Year, and during this time, he took the opportunity to talk about his relationship with Britney Spears, and he told them, I felt like she had a couple of opportunities to just sort of stick up for me, and she didn't, which is fine, but at the time, you know, I fought back, and that's the way I fought. I used my mind and I came up with a song. So he is trying to justify selling their relationship off to the media and just trying to make her look bad, pushing this narrative to make this song like a #1 hit. And that's really what kicked off his music career. I mean, he had his boy band, but like that song was super successful. I just feel like this is not Man of the Year energy, and he didn't need to bring up Britney Spears in that interview at all. Plus, like, what do you mean she could have stuck up for you? Why aren't you sticking up for her? Like, do you know what she's going through? You're being honored as Man of the Year, and she's being shamed every single day on a magazine, and she can't even leave her house. So what is the double standard here? And then to top it off, in 2007, he was honored with an award, and he decided to tell everyone to stop being sloppy and to stop drinking. This was in 2007 when Britney Spears was having the worst time of her life, and he's over here making a joke about drinking and being sloppy.
I'm actually on tour, so I couldn't be there. Everyone have a great night. Stop drinking. You know who you are. I'm speaking to you. Stop drinking. You're gonna get sloppy. OK is gonna say something bad about you.
That same year, while he's on tour and Britney's having her mental breakdown publicly and being shamed for it, he's over here singing that song that he wrote about her, and he decided to end one of his shows by singing, I think she's crazy, over and over again when she's having a breakdown after being harassed by paparazzi. So it's such an unkind thing for him to say. And really since then, he's just been publicly shaming her any opportunity that he has, calling her a Madonna wannabe.
The world has long been full of Madonna wannabes, and I might have even dated a couple.
And then continuing to brag about taking her V card on SNL, which, like, just leave it in the past. At this point, she is in her conservatorship. It's 2009. It's just, like, weak and boring. Like, he needs to move on.
He'll date a popular female singer. Publicly, they'll claim to be but privately, he hid it.
And guess what? He even called her a B word while on stage because, of course, that's the most gentleman thing that he could do, right?
You think you met the one. Then you find out.
It's crazy to me that he told GQ that he wanted Britney to stand up for him whenever he's over here calling her a B word. Like, why would he ever do that? Throughout Justin's career, he's tried to make Britney look bad in any way that he can, whether it's a magazine, on stage, or whatever. In an interview, he claims that in the past, suffering helped him compose, like Cry Me a River, which was written in a moment of pain, and the whole world knew about it. Well, they knew about it because of you, because you pushed this narrative that she cheated on you, which isn't the true story. While we're on the topic of cheating, why don't we talk about him getting really handsy with his former actress, which was totally a mess, because you guys know he's had a longtime girlfriend turned wife. Jessica Biel, and he's over here getting handsy with Olivia Munn, and I'm just like confused on why he's over here behaving like this whenever he really bashed Britney Spears for what she supposedly did. Of course, he addressed these rumors with his co-star, but honestly, it didn't make it any better, and I really feel like he is conniving, and I wouldn't trust him as like my partner. You guys know Britney Spears' sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, doesn't stand up for her often, but there was one video clip one time where she said he cheated first, and I believe it's true.
He cheated first. He cheated first.
Even past the whole cheating situation, he continues to obsess over Britney Spears and tear her down when he can. When he was talking about her residency in Las Vegas, he was flexing, calling it a retirement, pretty much trying to write her off as a nobody anymore.
Would you do Vegas one day? Would you ever consider it? I mean, there's more people doing it, right?
I mean, I wouldn't rule it out.
retirement
You're planning your retirement. You know what I mean? So for some reason that feels like scary to me.
It's just crazy his demeanor when he speaks about her. Like, I feel like, you know, some people who they always say, like, I'll always love an ex forever. Like, you always have that love for them. I can tell he has zero love for Britney Spears, and he used her just like her conservatorship team to make more money and to benefit off of her existence. And that on top of the whole Super Bowl situation, I feel like it was about time he apologized to Britney and Janet, because when that went down, Justin let Janet take the fall and all of the blame for what happened.
I had a call prior to the show from Janet, her choreographer, saying that they wanted to do a costume reveal. Now I was under the impression that what was going to be revealed in the costume reveal was a red brassiere. I mean, I was completely embarrassed.
And Janet told Oprah in 2006, you just don't do those type of things to friends. And it's obvious that Justin just threw her under the bus whenever he could, because he's always trying to save himself.
And I have to say, just to let people know that Justin has reached out. We haven't spoken, but has reached out to speak with me. And like I said, friendship is very important to me, and certain things you just don't do to friends. Yeah. And you had said, certain things were said supposedly, or that he had said, kind of leaving you out there hanging.
So let's go ahead and take a look at his apology, because I want to break it down. So he wrote, I've seen the messages, the tags, the comments, and the concerns, and I want to respond. I am deeply sorry for the times in my life where my actions have contributed to the problem, where I spoke out of turn, or when I did not speak up for what was right. I understand that I fell short in these moments, and in many others, and benefited from a system that condones some bad things you can't say on YouTube. I specifically want to apologize to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson, both individually, because I care and respect these women, and I know I failed. I also feel compelled to respond in part because everyone involved deserves better, and most importantly, because this is a larger conversation that I wholeheartedly want to be a part of and grow from. I'm glad he recognizes it as a problem, but I hope he doesn't just try to shift the blame to like, oh, this is how society functions, because he really contributed to Britney's downfall as far as like the media playing it out. He writes, the industry is flawed, of course. It sets men, especially white men, up for success, and it's designed this way. As a man in a privileged position, I have been vocal about this. Because of my ignorance, I did not recognize it for all that it was while it was happening in my own life. But I do not want to ever benefit from others being pulled down again. Well, I'm glad that you're realizing that you pulled others down and you benefited from it, because that was a huge problem. I have not been perfect in navigating all of this throughout my career. I know this apology is the first step and it doesn't absolve the past. I want to take accountability for my own missteps in all of this, as well as be part of a world that uplifts and supports. I care deeply about the well-being of the people I love and have loved. I can do better and will do better. I hope he does, because I feel like this situation is a lot more complex than just like what we see, because even Britney had a little moment where she was talking to, I think it was K-Fed, and she was telling him like this was such a cop-out, like he just used this to benefit in the industry, and it's just another snake out of so many others. I feel like that's why a lot of the times like people date outside of the industry, because like within you will just like continue to benefit off of each other or find ways to do so, and Justin just dragged this out for way too long. Again, I don't think we need to send Justin Timberlake any more hate as long as we recognize what he did and that his apology was necessary, because some people are like, this is so unnecessary. But what is necessary is that we pay attention to Lou M. Taylor and we start talking about the important people in Britney's conservatorship, because reflecting on the past and everything, that's not what I want to do. I've never been about that on my channel. We talk about the current things that is happening now, what we can do forward, and I just think that like this Justin Timberlake hate train is something designed by the Spears conservatorship to just distract everyone else. So let's make sure we call it those people like Lou M. Taylor, who is actually problematic. But as you guys know, I usually open a package at the end of my video, and I got this one recently in my P.O. box. It's from Briscoe Apparel. So I don't know if it's a person or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and open it for you guys. I love when you guys send me stuff because it's just so sweet of you, and I love when you guys send me stuff just because it makes me feel special, and I love showing it. Oh my gosh, this looks so cute. Is it a cookie? Okay, let me go ahead and read this. Oh, it's got a note. Great, I'm so glad. Sloan and Mark. Oh, we absolutely love your videos. Oh, my boyfriend too. You're so sweet, care for so many people and animals. Aw. It's truly admirable. We strive to be more like you. We hope you and Mark enjoy your shirts. Love always. From two of your biggest fans, Tanya and Jennifer Crankshaw. Aw, that's so adorable. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, so cute. Oh, it's like, wait, oh my gosh, what does it say on it? Each other. So this one has cookie, each other. Mark, come here. And this one has made for each. Oh, okay, I need him to come see this. Thank you so much. Tanya and Jennifer. This is so sweet of you guys. Come on, Mark. Look, someone gave us shirts.
Look at us.
Yeah. I said, like, come here, hold it. It says made for each other.
Oh,
watch the light, watch the light.
Hold on now.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, it's milk and cookies.
Yeah, that's so sweet, isn't it? We don't have any like matching couple shirts at all.
Yeah, I just had a client tell me something about milk and cookies. So
what?
We were talking about like comparing two things, and she was like, "They go together like milk and cookies," and we literally wrote that in the social post.
And now we're like milk and cookies. That's the theme right now.
That's today's theme. We need to get some.
It's from Tanya and Jennifer, and she mentioned you. She was like, "And you, Mark."
Thank you, Tanya and Jennifer.
Right? Her last name's Crankshaw.
These are really cool, honestly.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for this. I'm so grateful. I really appreciate that, and it's so kind that you thought of Mark. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys in a new video soon. Bye, guys.